gosh. I mean, or even now, like, of course
I'm
now
not sure I was ever relaxed. When I listen back to those, I'm like, wow, I'm dropping beats like constantly. I don't know if I was ever really up to it. I think uh I would build, like the way I tended to work on rhythmic challenges, especially in my 20s, was like um there was some like contrasting rhythm that I was trying to learn. I would just like walk around with it, you know. So because like actually the goal wasn't to be able to be burning, but actually just to be able to like coexist and function, period. Like as a rhythm section player, it's like, can you
yeah.
function in this rhythmic environment? And then beyond that, can you make it feel like something that like some the sort of invitation to move or to dance, like
Yeah.
all the stuff I was talking about earlier, these aren't just math. It's not just math. It's actually like these are dance rhythms.
Oh, it's so groovy,
These are
man. The
these
music.
are
It's
dance traditions that I was
yeah,
studying, like
yeah.
even when I was studying West African drumming, we the way it worked would we like go to the class, we'd um work on learn these like rhythmic systems for it was like a drum ensemble, so you'd be like stationed on one drum and you'd have like one rhythm and then that might shift to another rhythm, but you'd have to hold it, like really like carry this rhythm in time and
Yeah.
in line with everybody, and you couldn't zone out, but then like you'd have to do that. You'd like study and learn this repertoire, and then immediately you'd have to play for the dance class, like right after that,
Wow.
for the next 2 hours you were putting it into practice in a way that like they had to feel it, so it wasn't just theoretical. It was really like
You had to do it.
uh
Yeah.
and I remember, I'll never forget this one time, like I was on one of the support drums and we had like really humble material. It'd be like one tick 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 tick, just that, like for 45 minutes,
Wow.
and we were doing this, so we were in that mode where we had learned these rhythms, and then we were doing the playing for the dance class, which the lead drummer also taught, by the way. So and so he was demonstrating these movements that we were playing these rhythms, and then he's playing the lead drum. And at some point, he just stops the ensemble and he points at me. I was just playing this like support rhythm, had no, to me, it had nothing in it. It was just like dots. It was dots and, it was like binary kind of,
Yeah.
like it had no,
Yeah.
and he pointed at me and he said, "You are bringing this whole thing down right now.
Wow.
You have to give that rhythm life. It's not just, he basically was like, this is where the life is, right in that rhythm, and all of us, the interdependence of what all of us are doing in a way that has to really support human action and movement and joy and dance,
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the mentality that I came from, I'd say, in terms of like that really reset my sensibility about rhythm or rhythmic material in music, is that it had to really serve the community. Like it really had to serve the feeling of
Mm.
dance, and it had to give people that feeling so that they could feel their way through the music, And so like orienting myself that way rather than um mathematically only, that's been like that's been key for me. And so like often when I'm trying to internalize something new, not that I'm a dancer, but I'll just like walk around with it until I can really feel it in my body, so that I can then, if I can't move with it, then how's anyone else supposed to,
Sure.
So like I have to get to the point where I can move with the rhythm, carry the rhythm in my body, so that, and then act from that place so that everything you do is reflecting that rhythmic animation.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that's basically like what it would be, for me. It's not how everybody does it, how
Sure.
everybody
Yeah.
approaches these things. And actually, I would say that my music ends up in the long run being simpler than a lot of other people's.
Uh,
I don't know, like
okay.
uh there's some hard stuff out there that I can't
Oh, there
play.
is.
I'll put
There
it
is
that way.
hard stuff. Sure.
That I won't
Sure.
even try to play, or I don't, I hope no one hires me to play because it's just too it's not, it's just like um these aren't just brain teasers, they're actually like invitations to move and to feel. That's basically how they are for me.
Hmm.